Hello there, and welcome to the maiden voyage of Ilum Radio. We are your hosts. I am David Beard Menace, and with me is the amazing, wonderful, and very well talented cosplayer, Millie.
Hello there.
Hello there, General Kenobi. So, don't know if I know Dave. You don't know me, but you will know me soon. So yeah, we basically, put a quick story to why we started doing this, and we are live. We had FOMO from Star Wars Celebration because we could not go. All our friends went, so we were living vicariously through our friends via social media posts and things. And then I'm like, man, I need to start another Star Wars podcast. And Millie's like, well, it's so funny you mentioned that because I have experience with these things. And here we are. Millie, before we get started, where can anyone who's new in chat, where can they find you?
They can follow me on Twitter at me_Halprin, HALPRIN, and my Instagram is the same username as my Twitch, which is Millie, MILLIE_Halprin, HALPRIN.
Awesome. Now, keep in mind, guys, we are doing this on Twitch only for tonight because we kind of had technical difficulties with YouTube Live. But starting next week, same Ilum time, same Ilum channel, we will be on our YouTube channel. So make sure to follow us over there on YouTube /Ilum Radio, Ilum Radio on YouTube. Miss Millie and I are chat mods for Holland Marauders Pod Crew. Nice. So you know more or less what to look out for if me and Millie miss it. But if you want to follow me on here, please do so. I am David Bearded Menace at twitch.tv/David Bearded Menace. You can also find me on Instagram at TheBearded Menace. You can see below there. And also on Instagram at Dave the Bearded Menace. With that said, let's start talking Star Wars. Celebration happened 2 weeks ago. I know. Or a week ago, however long it has been.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So let's start talking about it. What was the first thing that we want to talk about, Millie?
Let me look at my notes. Well, there were a lot of reveals at Celebration. Let's see. Just do the first bullet point. Andor trailer. And the Andor trailer. Weird.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on the Andor trailer?
It's very interesting. I am looking forward to see Mon Mothma on the Imperial Senate. That's for sure.
Yes. She looks
I'm
stellar.
also, yeah, her dress. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed with her dress in the Vanity Fair photos we've seen of her, and she apparently doesn't just wear that dress because in the trailer we see her in more than one outfit, I believe, which is really exciting. And I'm also looking forward to Cassian's backstory, how he became involved with the rebellion stuff. Like, we honestly don't know much about Cassian other than, like, he's been in the fight since he was 10 years old, according to him in Rogue One.
Yeah.
That's all we got of his backstory in Rogue One, but we find out more about Cassian.
I agree. Mon Mothma, she looks stellar in this. I am sure you're chomping at the bit to see that full costume and work on it for Rebel Legion. I am sure. I'm like with any Star Wars property show coming out. I am very cautiously optimistic, more optimistic than cautious. Because I enjoyed Rogue One even before we got the spoilers Vader scene at the end of it. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and I love how it was very war torn, very just like it was a war. It was basically Star Wars. Like how I always describe it to friends is it's Saving Private Ryan, but in the Star Wars universe, and that's literally what we got. So yeah, I'm excited to see it. It looks dirty. It looks rugged. Like, very dirty and rugged, for lack of a better word. It's weird. I'm glad they did some type of. I'm glad they did a prequel to Rogue One.
I mean, it
Rather,
makes sense because
yeah.
spoiler alert for Rogue One for those who haven't seen it. Jyn and Cassian die at the end of it.
Yep.
So if it was a sequel to Andor, it wouldn't really be about Cassian, really, because no, that happened at the end of Rogue One, and we'd
Right.
probably get more of Mon. I mean, sequel to Rogue One would basically be A New Hope because the end of Rogue One is literally connects like A
To
New
New Hope.
Hope
Yep.
to that. So
One of the
just
best celebrations. Not to cut you off, I apologize, but like the best celebration I went to was Orlando, and you know how they always show the movies. I think you were probably there for it
I
also,
was there.
Millie.
2017 Orlando.
Yeah.
I was there. I was at that celebration.
When they
So
showed Rogue One and then episode 4 right after it, like it was so freaking cool.
that at celebration,
Yeah, it was a
Orlando.
celebration. I think that was Friday night, I want to say.
Really? Because I don't remember that. I was at Galactic Nights at Hollywood Studios that night, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't know. All I remember from that celebration was the Last Jedi trailer. But back on topic about Andor.
Andor.
Um, Gosh, what else happened? Aren't there clones in that in a shot
It
in that trailer?
it looks
People
like there
pointed
are. Like it's
people pointed out that those were like clones.
so we are going to
Some
see
form of
some
clones.
type of, if not Order 66, like clone, either clones being phased out. Like we've seen,
Definitely.
we'll bring it up later, but we've seen like Order 66 a lot in these new shows.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so we either going to see that again, or we're seeing a phasing out of the clones, or even maybe another platoon of clones that just didn't follow Order 66.
That's possible.
You know, so we
Gotten hints of that, and I mean we've seen it in Bad Batch.
right.
So
So it might be possible. I think it's coming up in a little bit. Like I'm watching
heck,
a delay.
maybe when we bring up Bad Batch season 2 at some point later in this podcast, we will definitely that I feel like we're gonna get more of the clone like focus on the clones who didn't like do Order 66 or like I don't know, maybe regret doing it. I don't know how it works
Yeah.
really, but they just have the chip and that's it. Yeah.
I, I mean, all we can do right now is unfortunately, what's the word I'm looking for? All we can do right now is unfortunately speculate. And if anything Star Wars has taught us, the more we speculate, the more wrong we can be. So
Yeah.
let's
I
keep
try
it
not to. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I did not catch Mud
It's
Troopers in that
fun
Rogue
though.
Farm Boy. I did not. Holy crap!
Yeah, it's not true. Yeah, I try not to because then I'd get my expectations up way much, like
Mm-hmm.
I did for Last Jedi, which I did unfortunately. But yeah, but though I'm cautiously optimistic for Andor, I'm looking forward to where this is going.
Same, same, same.
Let's
I'm watching like the trailer now, like on the delay. And I'm like, ooh, nice. Um, with that said, like let's talk about the Vanity Fair photo shoot. Um, we had
Oh yeah.
we had a behind the scenes video of it, which was kind of cool, like to watch on YouTube and like
Yes.
also in the Vanity Fair. We also had, hang on one second because I'm loading
And
stuff.
this was like before celebration. This isn't.
Right.
Just to clarify, this is like pre-celebration, like information before we got like the trailer and stuff. Like this is how we found out that what Cassian and Mon Mothma looked like.
Correct.
Stuff.
But you know, it's good to bring up to in the podcast. Millie's absolutely correct. That's one little asterisk I forgot. But yeah, like the behind the scenes video, the photo shoot itself, like all the photos are beautiful. Obviously, it's not something other than Andor and Mon Mothma. It's not something we haven't seen before.
Mm.
But it is still really, really cool to watch. I know I'm using that term way too much tonight, but it is. It's like hard not to get excited for new Star Wars content, especially when you don't know exactly what you are getting. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, photos themselves
It's
also
just
look
cool
amazing.
seeing Pedro Pascal and Diego Luna on in a picture together. I
Yes.
just need them and Oscar Isaac in a picture together for a future Vanity Fair thing, and then it would be
The
Hispanics
trifecta.
in Space Trio. Tumblr will go crazy, and Tumblr and Twitter will go crazy over that alone.
And like I love how especially now with those two and like other characters that are showing up, like or other actors who are showing up, how it's easier for someone who is Latino of a Latino descent to really cosplay as these characters. Not saying that cosplay isn't for everyone, but it's like now it's like I have a specific person that's me that represents my parents or like whomever, and it's like yes. And
Absolutely.
I have a few friends from like that look like Pedro Pascal. It's kind of scary actually, and it's like, hey, you know, you'd make a good double, but they're not into this stuff. But it's like, yeah, whatever. All right.
Mhm.
Like I'll get like 6 Coronas in. It's like, come on, man, just for me, just for Halloween, go as the Mando, just for me, buddy. But you know,
I would also like to point out that he got an unofficial reunion with Ahsoka and Obi-Wan in live action. I'm saying unofficial because of Rosario Dawson and Ewan McGregor also at the same photo shoot, which
mm-hmm.
is fingers crossed we get that sorta in either Kenobi flashbacks or the Ahsoka flashbacks when if that is a thing in the Ahsoka show. That
I
would
hope,
be that would break my brain, honestly, if we're
yeah.
getting Clone Wars flashbacks in Kenobi.
Oh,
Um,
I know a lot of people said on Twitter also. I'm sure we will. I hope we do. It'll be heartbreaking if we do.
oh yeah,
Because
I'm gonna lose my mind if that happens.
yeah, and again, I know we're jumping around. We'll get to it like later,
Yeah.
but we're jumping around hard, and we'll get to it later.
Oh, we'll definitely get to that. That's on the list of things to talk about.
Yes, it is. Next on the list is the. I know Millie's excited. The Bad Batch trailer.
Batch. Bad Batch.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, I am a Bad Batch fan.
I can tell.
Um, so funny story. I was kind of anticipating a Bad Batch season 2 trailer because this panel, this Bad Batch panel at Celebration was most anticipated panel I was looking forward to
Mm-hmm.
because of my love for this show. I was following people's like live tweets from the actual panel because unfortunately that Bad Batch panel along with the Mando Plus panel and the other panels that like the other big panels like the Kenobi panel like those panels were unfortunately not streamed to the Star Wars YouTube channel.
Nope.
But we did get live tweets from people attending that panel as well as the official Star Wars Twitter account live tweeting. So that's how I got my information. And I found out about their new designs thanks to people in the room on Twitter, like in the panel on Twitter. So that was an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'll say that. And thankfully, right after, or I believe shortly after the panel ended, the trailer that was well, the trailer that was kind of edited because apparently the Bad Batch trailer that people saw at Celebration was different. Like there were a few like shots that we didn't get that was released to the public,
Really?
but yeah, I don't remember exactly what shots. I'm sure I know the Holonet Marauders attended that panel,
Yeah.
so they will have more information on their end. But yeah, as far as I recall, there was like one specific scene that wasn't shown in our trailer, the one we've got. But yeah, I don't. I mean, okay, confirmed characters in Bad Batch season 2 that we didn't know previously. Gungi from the Clone Wars.
The
He's
Wookiee guy.
alive.
Yeah, yeah, the
He
Wookiee. Yep.
survived. survived Order 66 apparently. We saw Palpatine in the Imperial Senate, and Omega's there for some reason. So we're going to be seeing Coruscant this season.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
The robot guy.
oh yes, I wrote it down. So in the oh wait, Cody. Cody is a big
Yeah,
character.
Cody.
Cody's a
Yes.
big
Yep, Cody.
I was like, oh my God, Cody. Yeah, and also, oh God, was oh he wasn't in. No, this character is another show we will talk about
Oh,
later. But
you're right.
yeah,
Yep.
three confirmed characters: Palpatine, Cody, and Gungi or Gungi. I don't know how their name is pronounced, but yeah. Um, Cody and Gungi are two big reveals, I think, from this trailer. I got a big reaction and celebration.
Mm-hmm. From the chat, the Star Wars Skinny said, I'm at Batu, and I am heartbroken that I can't buy a Gungi saber. But I think wood is an option if you build your own. It absolutely is. Like, Millie and I would know that you could pull it off, depending on type of character you're working on. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Ask more, ask more. Um, Gungi said Gungi.
Gungi. Thank you,
Thank you for
Fanboy.
that.
Thank you. I wasn't sure 100%, so yeah. Oh my God, I'm looking at the trailer on stream and their outfits. Oh my
Yes.
God, I love their outfits. I love that they have like a hint of like orange in there, and I think I saw a few Republic Commandos in there.
Yep. Me too. Yep.
Uh, I'm looking at the trailer just live. God, I'm obsessed with Omega's outfit. We're like dissecting that costume in a Facebook group I'm in
Mm-hmm.
for Omega's costumes. It's insane.
I love how
Um,
badass like that landing that Omega does, where whatever she's falling off of, she lands,
yeah,
rolls, gets up, takes out a little slingshot, just bah, it's like just lets it go. It's like
yeah,
she is getting badass, man, like real
dude.
badass.
I'm just obsessed with Hunter in a scarf. Like, I wasn't expecting Hunter to even get anything other than headband thing, but
Yeah,
it has to be more fancy and have a scarf and maybe try to blend in more and escape from, I guess, the Empire now that that's a thing.
I do agree. I do agree with XX Jilly in the chat that Wrecker's my favorite character. Like
Oh
he looks
yes,
amazing.
Eula.
He's just so. I had a friend of mine who like had a she was saying like she likes the Bad Batch, not necessarily the Bad Batch characters themselves, because they don't evolve at all during the first season. Which, sure, you could say that.
I mean, I mean, if you think about it, their debut was in the Clone Wars season 7,
Right, so they really didn't
part of the Bad Batch,
have
where
anything.
we are introduced to them, and then in the actual show, we get more of their story, if you know what I mean.
Yep. To answer your question, the Star Wars Skinny, this will be uploaded to our YouTube channel either later on tonight or tomorrow. So we want to finish it up after you leave. You can catch it on our YouTube channel. But next week, we will definitely be broadcasting on our YouTube channel. So make sure to follow us, Ilum Radio, on YouTube. Star Wars Skinny, enjoy your night. We'll see you next week, hopefully.
May the Force be with you,
Yes,
Star
may
Wars
the force be
Skinny.
with you. But yeah, I agree. Where we met them in the end of Clone Wars to where they are now, it's like, sure, there wasn't too much character development, I guess, but I'm okay with that considering they're based off of like 80s action heroes.
Yep.
And for me,
Like
that
Hunter's literally
yeah,
Rambo.
he is Rambo. He is John Rambo. There's like no denying it, like at all. But
Yeah.
we don't care. It's just it makes the character. Like, I think it's more about Omega's progression rather than their progression.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Because
I
if you,
hope we do because
yeah,
I feel like she's going to be a big part in like pre pre episode 4 story thing. I feel like she'll be a big part in like be the Mandoverse if she survives even
Ooh,
this.
yeah.
Like, because I really wanted Omega to show up in Book of Boba Fett because of like
Same.
the Jango Fett flashbacks and of Boba, like young Boba on Camino, like those flashbacks. I was like, bro, I swear to God, if we get some sort of mention or reference to Omega, I'm gonna lose it. But we didn't get that. But I don't know. There's still hope that
Mm-hmm.
maybe she survives like all of this and the the OT saga, and crossing fingers she survives that and shows up in Mando season 3. Maybe, I don't know.
With
I
that
just have
said, I think because I think we
I
talked
have
about this like off channel. Like you were saying that you would want the voice actress of her to be like live action
yeah,
Omega.
Michelle Ang, because she's from New Zealand, like Tamara Morrison and Daniel Logan, and I believe she's also Kiwi, of Kiwi descent, like Daniel Logan, because I think she posted on her Instagram story like
Mm-hmm.
mentioning that. So I can totally see that, or like a Maori actress like portraying her that isn't Michelle Ang. But Michelle Ang's voice is literally like her voice.
Yeah.
Like, there's like no denying it. I guess arguably the same can be said for Ahsoka, but then they casted Rosario Dawson and she's amazing as Ahsoka. So who knows?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough because so far we've only seen one, to my knowledge, we've seen only one animated character being played by their voice actor, and that's Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
And Katie
So
Sackhoff is a phenomenal actress outside of animation, so that's probably
although
why they cast her.
does
But
Chopper count? Because he showed up in Rogue One for like a second.
maybe, maybe.
um,
But
Chopper's technically voiced like credited by Dave Filoni. Fun fact.
really,
So
huh?
yeah, that was revealed at like in the Rebel season finale or series finale.
Yeah, yeah,
So
huh?
um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you said character from animated to live action.
Yeah, I think it's only both. That's the only. I mean, correct me if chat. Correct me if I'm wrong, or anyone watching this after the fact, or even let us know on our Twitter, like Ilum Radio. Like, is Katie Sackhoff the only actor to be both the voice of the animated and also live action? And I'm not talking about someone who reprised their role in animated. I mean, they started off as an animated character like Ahsoka, like Bo-Katan, like Sabine, and then now they
Yeah,
are live action. I think she might be the only one, but I'm not entirely sure. But with that said,
I think she might.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else.
So the voice actress for Omega, they could easily make her to be the live action because she does sound just like her and she looks kind of like her. But at the same time,
Saw Gerrera was voiced by Forrest Whitaker in Rebels, according to Farm Boy, Rural Farm Boy in Twitch chat.
right? But I think he was voiced by someone else in the Clone Wars. So
Was he voiced?
he was in the Clone Wars. I don't think he was voiced by Forrest Whitaker in the Clone Wars. Forrest
Oh, I
Whitaker
don't.
was cast as older Saw Gerrera in.
Right. I think he was voiced by someone else in Clone
Mm-hmm.
Wars. Now that I think about, because he is younger.
Yeah, I mean they brought Forrest Whitaker back to voice him in Rebels and also in Fallen Order. But yeah, other than that,
Yeah.
yeah, in Clone Wars he's a different actor. So maybe he counts, kind of, sort of. That's like a half count, I guess. That's like half a point if we're going by school
Yeah.
standards. But yeah, Bad Batch. I'm excited. Do we have a
I'm
definite
so
date for that
stoked.
release or not really? It's September 20th. It's looking at.
Was Yeah, it was kind of leaked that that it was going to come out September 28th, but then they took that down on Disney Plus, and now it just says coming soon, or new season coming soon. But I have a feeling on September 8th, when they do the Disney Plus Day reveal stuff, they're gonna officially announced that to be September 28th. I
Yep.
feel like.
Or just, to be spiteful to make it September 29th, just because.
Oh my goodness.
just
They're,
delay
they're,
it
they're not going to
one
do that.
day. One day. Just like, haha, see? The leak was wrong. Haha. We covered ourselves quick. Woo! So next up on the list,
Anyway,
we have Skeleton Crew. Now, I am a little
yeah.
ashamed to admit, I don't know as much about Skeleton Crew as I should. Um, I should know
Yeah.
way
I
more about
mean,
Skeleton Crew. But I just know it's Jude Law, and I'm not
yep.
exactly sure the time frame it takes place in. Yeah.
If anyone in chat who went to Celebration can inform us about more about this, because I know they probably talked a lot about this show.
And I mean, we talked about this again, like off channel, you and I. But Jude Law is a
Yeah.
very high profile actor to put into
Yeah.
anything Star Wars related. So, who he could easily be
He
Thrawn,
could.
depending on the
I
time
don't know
frame.
about. I don't think it's Thrawn. I think it's like some new bad guy character or something.
Skeleton Crew crew story takes place just after Return of the Jedi story, as we are told. Thank you, Rural Farm Boy. Okay, that's right, because they said they were going with like sequel era with like newer stuff now.
Well, technically Mando, because that also takes place right after Return of the Jedi, like 5-ish years after that. So, interesting, interesting.
So it could be anything. It could be either he's. I mean, we're assuming he's a bad guy. He could easily be a good guy as well. But just
Yeah,
newer.
I mean, I know it's about like a bunch of like kids and stuff. Like I know this show will have like a bunch of kids and stuff. So maybe
Right.
he's like an adult that's helping them, or like maybe I don't know. He could easily be in like post like Return of the Jedi Imperial
He
with the
could.
Imperial Remnant, trying to maybe capture these kids. I have no clue.
Right. It could be kind of like a Peter Pan and Lost Boys type of thing, where he's like a Captain Hook type of character, and he's going after like
Stranger
these young
Things.
or Stranger Things. Yeah, like he could be kind of like Hop, like he's the older,
Uh,
like retired guy, not retired, but the older cop like character, father like figure who's like trying to help
yeah,
these kids.
that's what I'm thinking when I'm thinking. But yeah, we honestly don't know much about.
Rural Farm Boy. The cast are kids, about 10 to 12 years old, lost from home. That's all we know. That's all we've been told. Okay, thank you very much, Rural Farm Boy.
Should have gotten someone that actually went to Celebration on this.
I
That would
know,
have
right?
been.
There goes our planning. Oh well. We'll do better at the next celebration because it's going to be in London, and we may not be able to go to that one. So we'll definitely
No.
kidnap somebody who went to that one for our 2023 celebration show. Or I'll hitchhike
Yeah.
there somehow, or not hitchhike, stow away on something. So next up, which I'm not sure how to feel about it, not cautiously optimistic, just interested, would be Tales of the Jedi.
hmm
So I am excited to see Ahsoka again, and a Ahsoka before joining the Jedi Order, because we didn't really see too much of that, and seeing who she was on her planet and what she fights. But even the leaked trailer gave us a lot of weird stuff, like a Darth Nihilist looking type of Sith Lord.
Uh,
And unfortunately, we don't have the trailer for you today. I could not find it anywhere. It wasn't already taken down. So by the time of this recording, or by the time you guys see this when it's uploaded on YouTube, the trailer might be officially out. But yeah, we got like a weird looking, we got a very weird looking Sith Lord or Inquisitor or God knows what running around. And I think he was fighting Count Dooku, right? If I saw
yeah.
that correctly, yeah.
Yeah. Dooku looks amazing as a Jedi, by the way. I'm like
Yes.
so happy we're finally getting the Jedi Dooku story with him and Qui-Gon.
I would love to see more of what he looks like, just so I can be Jedi Dooku for
Oh
for
yes.
cosplay purposes. He has that beard. He's got the
Oh,
dark hair. You know, I
oh
can just
yeah.
slick it back,
Yeah.
and I can be Jedi Dooku. I've always wanted
Yeah.
Kurt Hilp Saber anyway. Curb.
You can also go for Saber Girls or Rebel Legion with that as
Exactly.
well. We get more
Exactly.
references, of course, but that's not our worry right now. We're just happy that it's a thing.
Yes. God, that beard
So.
look that dark hair looks good on him though, and he has a widow's peak. I have a widow's peak. Awesome. I'm sorry, but yeah,
I also remember seeing pictures of like Clone Wars era Ahsoka like training with like Anakin and Obi-Wan like sitting.
Oh yeah,
I think I forgot to link those pictures, but I do remember seeing that as well in some leaked pictures.
that's
But yeah,
right.
that's. I think I wrote down also that Hu Yang, voiced by David Tennant, the Clone Wars, that robot character that you mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
he will apparently be making an appearance as well. So hopefully David Tennant comes back to voice him. So I mean he has to. I mean who else will voice him?
Exactly.
Um
I'm interested to see a young because Qui-Gon of like, cause especially when you think about the prequel trilogy, Qui-Gon definitely was an outlier of the Jedi with how
yeah.
he acted. Like even like watching the Phantom Menace, even though he's only in the Phantom Menace, him compared to the other Jedi we see after up until A New Hope, he is completely different. Like the way he talks, the way he carries himself, like he is just
Oh
like,
yeah.
I do what I want. You can't tell me what to do. Like that's the kind of guy he is. I want to see exactly what he learns from Dooku to be that guy, to be that character, to be that Jedi that he becomes, and ultimately just becomes a badass, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Sorry, my pets are chasing each other around. Um, so next, like so again, I want to see what it's going to be before I get. I want to see an actual physical, not physical, legit trailer before I
Mm.
get too excited about it. Because again, I don't know how to feel about it. Everything we saw is either blurry screenshots or a leaked blurry trailer. So it's like,
Mm.
yeah. But next on the docket, which
Again,
go ahead.
yeah. Again, hopefully Disney Plus Day stuff. I feel like they're gonna actually release a trailer for this on September 8th
Yar.
when Disney Plus Day is a thing. So, crossing my fingers for that
Mm-hmm.
date at least. Anyway,
Next
moving
up
on to the next topic.
on the list is something we're both excited for: Jedi Survivor trailer. Um,
Yes. This came out of nowhere
yep.
because this was during the celebration stream. This was like literally announced, like this was literally shown in between the interviews and the panels. So this like was totally unexpected. I wasn't expecting anything
Nope.
shown between the panels and in the interviews that they were live streaming. Um, this this apparently takes place 5 years after the original game, which interestingly lines up with Kenobi and Andor.
Mm-hmm.
Not with Kenobi and Andor, with Kenobi and Solo.
Yep. Yep. So
Um,
and Millie and I had our theories about that. We were discussing it like via at length when we were talking about this trailer. Um, and something I didn't even think of, and she was like, "Hey, what if for whatever reason we see Cal Kestis in Obi-Wan Kenobi?" And it's like, holy wow! Like,
I will get into why because like well we will be talking about episodes 1 and 2 of Kenobi later on, but
yeah,
I don't want to talk about too much of that because I do want to save that for when we do talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi episodes 1 and 2.
yar.
But yeah, from this do you okay, I want to know what your theory is on who's in the back to tank because I think I've seen a few people speculating who's in that back to tank there.
Just by looking at his hair, I know that's a weird thing to go off of, but I think he's a Jedi from the High Republic that's been like just in a bacta tank. Because I know I saw an image somewhere, and someone in chat or like on our socials or whatever, correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw a white-haired Jedi in some piece of artwork for the High Republic.
Interesting.
And he has like this white hair that's long, and if you look at where he's at, like the banking tank he's in, or at least the facility around it, like from the trailer, it looks old. It looks overgrown.
Yeah, it does look abandoned. I just saw that shot in the stream video.
So it could either
So interesting.
be a Jedi they put in the back to tank. Wow, I can speak tonight. It could be a Jedi they put in the tank, maybe several years before Order 66, and he was forgotten about. Which could be a possibility. Or they found like this old, strong Jedi from the High Republic that they're bringing back to life for help. Or
Yo, that would be nuts.
Because we also have like a hooded like red saber guy.
Yeah, and also like a guy that looks like the Grand Inquisitor, even though
it's not.
It's not same like species, but the timelines are weird. Like the fact that this this takes place during Kenobi, like around the time as Kenobi, like same year, like it's interesting.
It's not a coincidence, that's for sure.
It can't be, no.
Like it's definitely not a coincidence, just because
there were a few characters from other media in episode 2 of Kenobi that I will get into later that I feel like might show up also. Yeah, so I also want to know where the rest of the crew is. Like where's Cal's master? I'm forgetting her name.
Yeah, same also.
Yeah, where's the crew? Where did he like abandon them? Are they okay? Are they hopefully hiding somewhere safe from the Inquisitors? I mean, for sure, there are plenty of Inquisitors still around at this time.
Right. Real farm
Assuming
boy,
this takes.
I'll make you a deal, my friend. Since you don't game much and you haven't really caught up on the first one, I'll make you a deal. Maybe I'll stream them both at some point on here.
Ooh.
We'll have some Star Wars stuff going on.
Good idea.
Like I'll stream, not to cut you off, Millie, I do apologize. I jump around a lot.
That's okay. I'm also watching this stream chat too, so it's all right.
But yeah, like maybe we'll stream it, and we can like talk about it and joke around about it, whatever. Like depends if there's interest on it. Let me know on the Twitterverse and things. My content is reflective of what you want to see.
Sarah Jajunda, thanks. Thank you for informing what the Jedi Master name is, because sometimes I forget. So, Sarah, who is also Trilla's Jedi Master before she became an Inquisitor.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
That's all I'll say. So, yeah.
Like my memories of Fallen Order was it being very difficult no matter where I was in the story. Like even if so for those of you who've never played it or don't play games often, it's not. When I originally played it, I was thinking of Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. I thought it was gonna be just like that, just smash, 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 lightsaber smash. And it was not. It played closer to Dark Souls, where it's like it didn't matter what type of cool advancement I had to my saber or my force powers. Things were still hard to beat. Even characters I faced the first time around were still hard to beat. And it's like, oof. And just the way it ends, the characters you fight, it's such a great game. And then when I think about a part 2, it's like I get almost nervous. I'm like, oh, do I really want to jump in this world again? Like I do. But it's like it's the first game, and games should be challenging and fun. is an uphill battle the entire time. Maybe it levels off here and there, especially when you get to Ilum, if you can tell by our background. But it's yeah, I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm scared, I'm all the things. But something a little bit lighter and warmer and cooler in the mix is Star Wars Summer Vacation. Weird transition, I know. It's cute. I've never been. Yeah, go on.
So I know a little bit about this because I did watch the panel that this was revealed at on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So this apparently takes place after Rise of Skywalker. This will show the characters like Rey, Finn, Poe, I think Jaina, Rose, all those characters. They're gonna go on the Star Cruiser for a little vacation. And for those who don't know what this Galactic Star Cruiser is, it's basically that $5,000 Star Wars hotel that's currently at Disney World, and yeah, that's a whole nother ball game there. That storyline takes place between the events of Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, so basically the same like timeline as like the Batu storyline on Galaxy's Edge in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, and California, but California's a little bit different. We'll get into that later. But yeah, I think this will be the first time we will see the Galactic Star the Chandrila Star Line in physical, like not physical media, but like on a screen, because the Star Cruiser is like also in a few Star Wars comics. So I didn't want to say, oh, we get our first look of the Star Cruiser outside of, the parks. That's not the case. We got the comics. But yeah, this will be the first time we see the Star Cruiser on a screen.
Yar.
So that's exciting. And I see on the poster there, we also got Darth Vader and Palpatine there. So apparently they're gonna like be a part of that special. I mean, they were also part of the Halloween special and the Christmas special, so it's Lego. It's not canon. It's their own canon, really. So let's not take this plot line too seriously. But
right.
It's nice to see the Star Cruiser being represented in something other than the parks and the comics, which is really nice.
I love anything Lego does when it involves Star Wars. Like I love, like, who doesn't like Lego? I think that's why IKEA sells so well, because they don't Legos. But secondly, like you said, it's you don't take it seriously. Lego doesn't take this seriously. So everything they make so far, when it came to like any of like the Lego Star Wars stuff recently, has been hilarious. Even their movies, like jumping off of Star Wars, like Lego Batman or the Lego Movie 1 and 2, hilarious. But yeah, like I'm excited to see it, only because I'm gonna laugh probably 95% of the time, and the times I'm not laughing is probably during like the credits or when it started or whatnot. Because and it's also like heartfelt, because even like the new holiday special they did with like that was centered around Rey, they got some little nice little emotional parts. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't expect that from Lego.
Also with like the Halloween special where they reference like Lost Boys, like the 80s movie, it's so funny.
Yes.
But at times in that special they also kind of got serious and stuff, especially with the Poe storyline and the main Poe storyline. If you haven't watched that, I won't spoil it too much. It's on Disney Plus right now, along with the holiday special. But one thing to point out that I forgot to mention is that, you know how like the Christmas special centers around Rey, and then the Halloween special centers around Poe? Yeah. Well, this special will center around Finn, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, big time.
which makes sense because Rey and Poe already got their spotlight in the Legoverse, so special will center around Finn on this vacation, and chaos will happen for sure. So,
and if anyone deserves a vacation, it's probably Finn, or leave at least. I feel like out of all the, and I actually thought about this the other day, because I was thinking about like my Sith character, like for Saber Guild, and it's like of everyone in the new trilogy, I feel like Finn would probably be the most fun to hang out with and party with.
yeah.
Because Poe probably is probably an angry drunk. I'm assuming. I shouldn't assume, but I'm assuming he's an angry drunk, or he's very emotional. He has like this big tough guy, like
I
fight.
can see he's more emotional than he is. I don't want to assume too much, but I can see him as a very emotional person as a drunk.
Right. Rey, I feel like she'll be too much into the training, and it's like I'll have to work out with her, then have a brewski. But
Yeah.
like work out hard, not like do push-ups, go running. No, it's like go running
Sure.
18 miles with her on my back, and then I feel like, but Finn, I feel like, yeah, he's all about doing stuff. I feel like he likes to party, like just from his character. I'm going way too far with this. I already know, but
Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation. This is coming out August 5th. This year. In a few months.
Yar. Looking forward to it. Next up, we got some toy releases, which unfortunately I couldn't get much. Like I couldn't get like too many photos of, unfortunately. So I apologize for not being on the show tonight around that time. But we got a Lego BD1, which there was other Lego things that were talked about, but my favorite and I think the most anticipated for me is the Lego BD1. It's only $100. Shockingly, and shockingly in a good way. I thought it'd be a lot more. It's to scale to BD1. Contains the stim packs, like his head is fully movable and mobile and all that good stuff, and it's just. It looks cool. I don't know a better way to say it. It just looks so dang cool.
Yeah, this toy was also revealed to note during the same panel as there was just like a Lego Star Wars like panel in general. So there was like a section in the panel where they revealed some toy info along with some Lego like TV stuff or Lego Disney Plus stuff like with the holiday thing. So yeah, this whole Lego toy reveal was also revealed at the same panel where they revealed the Lego Summer Special, which is pretty cool.
For those of you who follow me on my Tuesday nights when I'm building stuff, I will definitely build this bad boy on stream. It's going to happen. You see that plug? You see what I did there? Just plugging my.
Yeah, right here on Twitch when we stream this episode.
But again, guys, next week we will be on our YouTube channel. Again, technical difficulties. You will see this video most likely uploaded onto YouTube. And we will be on our YouTube channel next week. Same Ilum time, 7 p.m. Same Ilum channel, YouTube, Ilum Radio. So yeah, Lego BD1. We also got a Hasbro Lolo toy, which looks cute. I'm sorry. It just looks so damn cute.
It's so cute. I love Lola. I'm sorry. I love Lola.
The thing I've always loved about Star Wars, whether it's a sequel or a prequel, anywhere in the Star Wars universe, when they release a droid, it looks like it belongs. Like it, even like the battle droids from the prequel trilogy, or even like any of those droids prequel trilogy that were like part of like the Clone War, they look like they belong in this world. And the same with Lola. She's just a little tiny UFO that flies around, but she just looks cute, and I like that you can actually have a scaled model of her.
A lot of people on Twitter were comparing Lola to Carrie Fisher's real life pet bird when she was around young Leia's age, which makes me emotional. So I feel like this was as a tribute to that.
Yeah,
which is really nice.
I agree. That's a deep cut type of tribute if I ever heard one or saw one.
thank you for subbing, Farm Boy.
Ooh, thanks, buddy. Awesome.
The YouTube channel.
Yar. We got another one. Woo! And one more question. CJ asks, will your show be found on audio or iTunes? At the moment, not yet. I will eventually put it onto those sources if there's enough demand for it, most likely. But we will see. Right now, it's just going to be on YouTube for now until we have a couple more episodes in. If there's a lot of demand for it, I will absolutely start putting stuff on YouTube, on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you would find a podcast. So stay tuned and keep on bugging me about it until we do it. Keep bugging both of us. Actually, no, just bug me. Leave Millie alone. She already has enough to worry about. Bug me. I love being bugged. Yes. If you can hear me, FBI van outside. Anyway, next up is the Reva lightsaber, which...
Reva! Oh my gosh. We got a few photos of that from the celebration floor.
It looked amazing.
It looks amazing.
It's...
I hope they make a combat version, like a combat ready version.
Yar. What I like about the Inquisitor lightsabers and like Reva included is that they all look similar, but they're all different in their own way.
I think one of them is like in half, like the circle thing is like in half, which is interesting.
But I like it. I personally love Reva. And it's just more stuff I need to spend money on and buy that I don't want to right now.
I already have 3 sabers. I think I'm good for now.
You only have 3 sabers, Millie? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, one for trooping with my Rey. One, the Galaxy's Edge, Rise of Skywalker, End of Rise of Skywalker Rey saber, just the hilt, and then my combat saber. So I'm good for now.
Fair. I have not as much as other friends I know, but I have more than I would like. I probably have. Well, technically, one can turn into 2 different ones. So but that's only one. It still only counts as one. About 5 or 6. I want to say I have
5 or 6.
I used to have the battle ready Kylo Ren, but I sold it to someone who was trooping with us as Kylo Ren before I decided I want to be Kylo Ren. So now I have to get another Kylo Ren saber. Woe is me.
Oh no.
Yeah, woe is me spending money on another lightsaber. Oh gosh. Oh no. But
this is what happens when you're in Star Wars costuming groups.
Yeah,
you just
too much money on costumes and things. Ugh. That's our addiction. You don't have to worry about that, guys. But next up, and again, I apologize for not having photos for this, is Disney Parks revealing Fennec, Boba, and Mando. Take us away,
yes.
Millie.
So, I mean, this was kind of revealed out of nowhere, I guess. I don't remember when exactly during Celebration this was revealed, but I do remember, seeing, people posting on Twitter, that, Boba and Fennec will be starting to appear at Disneyland, literally the next day, during Celebration, and then Mando and Grogu will appear later on in the year, and only at Disneyland for some reason. I don't believe they're going to be appearing at Batuu East, aka Disney World. Nobody knows why. I guess Disneyland is better. I don't know. Actually, maybe it's because of the Star Cruiser.
Because that's
only being at Disney World. No, Star Cruiser's at Disney World, and maybe they're trying to keep that specific time period, I guess. And imagine going on the Star Cruiser at Disney World and then hopping off. You see sequel characters on the Star Cruiser, and then you hop off and you see Boba Fett. I think that might ruin it for people at Disney World, and maybe that's the reason why they don't have those characters at Disney World.
Now,
it's just my theory.
Other than the Star Cruiser and other than these characters, both parks are essentially the same, correct?
Yeah. Disneyland just doesn't have the Star Cruiser.
Gotcha. So I'm wondering if they're trying to like change up how. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how much more they can change it up, but
It's like because um like obviously Fennec and Boba like their storylines coincide with the Mando timeline, which is like 5 years after Return of the Jedi, stuff like that. Like their stories don't take place during the sequel trilogy.
right.
Well, that too obviously takes place during the sequel, like between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. So, and it just wouldn't make sense for them to be on Bat 2 unless like
They're looking for something.
looking for something, and nobody knows what they're looking for. Like I've only seen video like maybe like 50-second video footage on like Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, and that's it. I know Disneyland is getting like bounty hunting stuff for like the Magic Band Plus thing. I don't know how that works, but I know like they're getting some sort of bounty hunting thing for like the data pad stuff.
What
Maybe
if
that's connected to them.
I what if you just kind of triggered something in my head?
Oh.
And it'd be really effing cool if they did this because Disney is really big about immersion and like never
Huh.
breaking character. What
Sure.
if like every 100 guests or so are to be like taken and hunted by Mando and or Boba Fett or
Ooh.
Fennec?
Oh, wait. Okay. So this is highly unlikely this will happen, but as like a sort of like meet and greet character interaction. So you know how like I think Disneyland had like a meet and greet like a Groot attraction where like Star Lord and Groot like were in like the same room, and like Groot was like a little like animatronic, and he would just say I am Groot to every guest. What if it's like the same exact thing but with like Din and Grogu? Imagine that type of like meet and greet thing.
That'd be cool. And Grogu just
Although I
ah!
think although I feel like Mando and Grogu will end up being walk around characters like Boba Fett and Fennec currently are at Disneyland.
But it would be cool if they're hunting someone down, either or I don't know. Like there's it's at this point in the game when it comes to Star Wars or Marvel or anything, Disney doesn't do anything by accident anymore or without having a big huge
Yeah.
plan down the road. Because we saw, I mean, first just to get it out there, we're fans of the sequel trilogy. I like the sequel trilogy. Millie likes the sequel trilogy. Sure, there's some things you can like comment on and talk about, whatever. But essentially, we are fans of the sequel trilogy. With that said, since the things that happened with the sequel trilogy and it not being planned how it should have gone, I guess, without making the movies all at once or not writing the scripts all at once or however you want to put it, Disney now is planning every single thing kind of like they do with the MCU, where it's all going to coincide in some way, shape, or form. Not that they weren't doing that before, but now they're really, I feel like now they're really going to like kind of like tighten up how they plan stuff.
I feel like the thing is with like Avengers Campus at Disneyland is that Avengers Campus isn't really MCU canon, but it's like their own like canon, if you say, because like they don't like so obviously spoiler alert for Infinity War, Iron Man dies in that, but in Avengers Campus, Iron Man is still walking around alive and well, and along with like Wanda Maximoff from Multiverse of Madness, and Captain Marvel from Captain Marvel, and Doctor Strange, and Spider Man, and all those characters. Like those characters, and Moon Knight recently, and Kate Bishop and Hawkeye. Like those characters obviously don't coexist at the same time in the MCU, but they do coexist at the same time at Avengers Campus.
They do.
But
They do.
with like Bat 2 and Galaxy's Edge, like it was said that it was going to be like canon to the Star Wars timeline. Like it takes place between like the Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, and maybe that's maybe the issue with that. I think.
Maybe, unless they try and plan on
Like
rebranding Disneyland. Yeah,
who knows?
who knows?
My two
So,
cents on that. I feel
Millie.
like if they made Bat 2 like maybe like a their old canon, like they'd have like other Star Wars characters
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
similar to Avengers Campus, then it will work better, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how they're going to implement Din and Grogu in there. We'll see.
So, Millie was hanging out with me last week during Celebration in my stream, and we're playing a game, or she's watching me play a game as you do on Twitch. And all of a sudden, she starts freaking out. And I'm like,
Oh
what?
yeah.
And I'm like, why are you freaking out, Millie? And I just keep on seeing OMG, OMG, OMG in my chat. And I'm like, what's going on? Is she like, are you getting abducted by aliens? There's like a SWAT raid in your house? Like, what's going on? And all of a sudden, it's like,
Ah.
the first two episodes of Kenobi are premiering at midnight East Coast time, and every nerd across the United States collectively lost their minds. So I was worried that the servers would crash for Disney Plus because no one saw this coming.
No one did. Like how I found out, it was literally because of Twitter.
Yep. And for those of you who don't know Millie, which most of you probably do right now, but Millie's really on the pulse of this stuff. I thought I was, but no, I am not. She is
I have eyes everywhere.
she really does. She does have like her Imperial spies all over the place, even though she's a light side cosplayer. But no, she's on the pulse of this stuff, and yeah, it's like, okay, it's cool. I have to finish this game now as fast as I can, so we can all catch this thing at midnight. So I want because you brought it up. You were
I was
excited about it.
freaking out. I was freaking out. I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to watch it at midnight.
Yep.
Screw my plans to watch it first thing in the morning.
Same.
I couldn't wait any longer.
Same.
I ended up watching it at midnight, and thankfully the servers didn't crash. So that's really good.
Mm-hmm. So, midnight
So
comes. We're excited. We're like, oh snap. We watch. And then we get that first scene of episode 1. Yep.
Order 66, man.
It was necessary. Very necessary, I am sure.
Very necessary. Yeah.
So obviously there's a bunch of theories out, and I think from here we can just jump around a little bit more. Hang on, Rural Farm Boy. I am a Star Wars fan. Have been since I was 10 years old. I'm 55 now, but still a 10-year-old no matter what the trilogy. Thank you, Rural Farm Boy. That is very refreshing to hear. But yeah, so it starts up. We get that terrible scene at the beginning. Very necessary. And I agree, Rural Farm Boy. Tell me a story. And yeah, so right now the theory is, and I'm sure everyone's heard it by now, but we should talk about it, that Reva is one of those younglings that we see in the beginning of the first episode of Kenobi.
Mm-hmm. Why else would they show Order 66 at the very beginning of Kenobi, where
I totally
Kenobi
agree.
isn't even there?
Right.
Like, he's, like, somewhere else. Like, he's, like, just finished, like, battling Count Dooku, like, not Count Dooku, freaking Grievous. And, yeah, Kenobi was, like, nowhere near Coruscant when that happened.
Nope. He was on a...
Anakin was there, but not Kenobi, and...
Yeah. Kenobi was on Utapu. That's how you
Utapu.
Yeah, he was at Utapu being blasted by Cody. Or just finished being blasted by Cody when this is all going down. So yeah. So the only logical explanation, it has to be Reva. Reva is one of those younglings.
It'll explain why she knows a lot about Darth Vader and Anakin being the same person. Because she saw Anakin maybe, like,
So...
I don't know. We'll see, hopefully, in tonight's episode, or tomorrow's episode, when that comes out.
So yeah, we'll jump through stuff pretty quick, friends, and react about it. Well, no, let's go with it. But yeah,
Let's get into it.
Let's just get into it. But yeah, So I don't know. I do agree that could be reason why that she knows that Anakin is Vader. She obviously probably saw him going ape shit in the Jedi Temple. She probably saw him murking younglings, maybe,
Yeah.
you know. Um, but at the same time, I still feel like the reason why she knew Vader and Anakin are the same person because when she said to Obi-Wan, Lord Vader is eager to meet you. Obi-Wan's like, he got surprised. He's like, "What, Vader? That means Anakin's alive." And she could sense like what he was thinking, his fear. Kind of like in Return of the Jedi. It was the same thing. Sister. So you have a twin sister. Vader knew nothing about it, but Luke was thinking about it. And that's what kind of brought it on, possibly the same with Obi-Wan and Reva. I'm assuming. I could be wrong. You're probably right. Maybe that's how she knows, because if she was in the Jedi Temple and she saw the slaughtering, yeah, you're right. She probably looked down like, holy crap, that's Anakin. Oh my god, that's Anakin. Roll Farm Boy. Is Reva in her 20s, 25? Possibly.
She doesn't look that old. She
Who,
could
Rev?
be in her 20s.
It's possible. She could easily be in her 20s. It's 10 years. Yeah, because it's 10 years after. She must have been at least 10 or 11, like when she was a youngling in Order 66.
I mean, we see 10-year-old Leia like that small
Yeah.
as the younglings, so
So it's easily could be possible.
possible.
Very possible. What are your feelings about Obi-Wan bringing the toy to Luke?
And we know the Grand Inquisitor was a Jedi Temple guard
Yeah, but via
because of
Rebels.
Rebels.
Yeah.
Like, they were Jedi previously. Like every Inquisitor that we knew were Jedi previously. See that in Fallen Order, this, Rebels,
Mm-hmm.
possible.
So then it brings like a later point later with the Grand Inquisitor. They were all Jedi except for Reva at one point. Let's just go. Let's just follow me here real quick. They all hate Reva. They think she's like the lowest of the low, for whatever God knows reason. But if they were all Jedi and she was a Padawan, why is she looked at so? Why is she so frowned upon? Could it be because she didn't even fight anyone? Could it be because when the Inquisitors became Inquisitors from Jedis, they let the dark side take over, and Vader was like, or whoever they were fighting, like, oh, you have much dark side in you. You'd be a great Inquisitor. Kind of like what he does in Fallen Order. And Reva didn't. She just ran away. And then finally came back asking, like, hey, can you guys help me out? Like, I used to be a Jedi. I'll gladly be an Inquisitor. She didn't go through, like, the ranks, I guess. Or is it something else? I don't know. It's weird if, like, both the Grand Inquisitor and Reva are in the same place. Why does he frown so much upon her? What did she do where she's, like, the lowest of the low in the Inquisitors? Because all of them are like that with her.
She's so determined to find Obi-Wan for some reason. Like, she has beef with Obi-Wan. Now that I think about it.
It's either one of two things, and I'm theorizing. Because Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan wasn't there, and she's angry about that.
Maybe she knew Obi-Wan.
Maybe.
He was in the Clone Wars.
B, it'll give her favor with Vader, which could be the most logical thing. Or C, kind of going back to A, maybe she was supposed to be Obi-Wan's Padawan after all of this. And he wasn't there to protect her, so she is upset.
Maybe if she was one of the Padawans there, maybe she's upset that Obi-Wan didn't protect, like, class and her master. Maybe she looked up to him at some point. She's pissed.
maybe he brought her into the fold of being a Jedi, kind of like with Ahsoka and
Yeah.
oh my god, what's his name? Fudge. It's stuck on the tip of my brain.
Quinlan, right?
Not Quin. Was it Quinlan? No, no, no. Quinlan brought in
No.
someone else. Like Ahsoka was brought in by what's his name? He has like the metal face, kind of.
Oh,
Fudge.
Plo Koon?
Plo Koon. Yes, Plo Koon. Thank you.
Plo Koon. Yes, Plo Koon. Thank
Plo
you,
Koon,
Farm
yep.
Boy.
Yeah, because Plo Koon brought in Ahsoka. Maybe it's the same with Reva. Maybe Obi-Wan brought in Reva. Which will anger her even more now that they're older and Obi-Wan doesn't even know who the hell she is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just speculation.
That would be really sad if that was the case.
Yeah.
I mean, we already got a lot of sad scenes in Kenobi, which we will talk about eventually.
That for me, it's still the toy, him bringing the toy to Luke. That's kind of it. There's a lot before that, but there's too much. There's too little time on the podcast to talk all about the sad things. But yeah, him getting the toy from the little Jawa, and just seeing a broken Obi-Wan is like, like. You gotta give it to Owen McGregor's like acting chops. Like even when he's not saying a word, he looks broken.
Can we talk about like that Obi-Wan like literally like buried his saber and Anakin's saber in the sand?
Yep.
Like right at the end of Rise of Skywalker. Don't at me when you say, "Oh, it's so out of character for Jedi to bury their sabers." Obi-Wan did it first.
He did.
Anyway.
There's a lot of parallels that
There are. Oh my gosh. Like Obi-Wan eating a meal like in his tunnel is literally like shot for shot like Rey did in Force Awakens.
Yep.
Like it's like literally it's not the same, but it's like really similar. The rising bread thing. I love that parallel so much.
And also a lot of the stuff that Obi-Wan says, a lot of things that Luke said in The Last Jedi. Like, very, very similar.
Oh, yeah.
And so far, it's not as angry as it was with The Last Jedi. So far. And my question is, why? Is it because in the second episode, Obi-Wan goes on this last adventure. He finds like the courage to do what he has to do, but he's still kind of like reluctant. Or B, it's because we saw it all happen in the prequel trilogy, so it makes sense to us as an audience.
Sure.
Because we didn't see not Ben Kenobi, I'm sorry, we didn't see Ben Solo do what he did to the new Jedi Order. We only heard of it. But
we kind of heard of it. Well, I mean, there was a whole comic about that.
True.
Or like the Knights of Ren, basically, like, burned down thing, and Ben Solo had to watch that. I think that's how it went down. It was a whole comic thing. I know Farm Boy will know more about that because I think he's read the comics.
I actually forgot about that. You're right. You are correct there. So, there goes that theory. Then again, I don't know. It's. I don't want to jump too far away from Kenobi because I know I'm going to when we get into like this type of talk. But like, it's just there's a lot of parallels between this and the sequel trilogy, and so far, a lot of those parallels, a lot of those themes, people aren't mad at, or the angry fans aren't mad at yet. There's other stuff they're mad at, which makes no effing sense. No effing sense. But this is the thing they're not mad at. It's the same thing Luke said, but now Obi-Wan's saying it, but it's okay for Obi-Wan. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. But yeah, like I don't know. What's your take on the whole Obi-Wan broken man Jedi thing?
I mean, it's in character, to be quite honest. I mean, he literally like this takes place like what, 5 years after, 10 years after. Like he went through like whole trauma of him witnessing Anakin burn alive, and
Mm-hmm.
then 10 years later he discovers that Anakin's somehow alive and is now a Sith Lord, which really scars him internally
Mm-hmm.
and eventually externally when that happens
Mm-hmm.
in later episodes. Um,
I'm amazed at the PTSD type of stuff that we see in this with
oh yeah,
Obi-Wan.
he has like PTSD. He has like episode 3 PTSD dreams. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping we see like more of like the Clone Wars stuff because I know we saw a lot of the episode 3 stuff and the episode 2 stuff. Actually, no, prequel stuff because I do remember seeing footage from prequels,
Yeah.
not just episode 3.
But yeah, like Uncle Owen makes fun. Not makes fun. Uncle Owen kicks him in this. Like,
He
I,
roasts
oof.
Obi-Wan, pun intended. Well,
I had like a buddy I was
yeah.
arguing with off channel. He's like, "That made wait." He goes, "That's stupid. How does Uncle Owen know who like Darth Vader is? Like, that's weird." I'm like, I don't think he knows. Like, nobody knows who Vader is up until this point. I mean, yeah, sure, Reva, whatever later, but I was telling him like, no, he's saying that like as Anakin is dead. The whole galaxy believes Anakin is dead. That's where that roasting comes. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
for Owen, it's like you're the reason why Anakin is dead. But when Obi-Wan hears, Obi-Wan's I'm the reason why Anakin did all the terrible things he did. His sins are my reflection to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
But on to the happier things in this first episode. We have a young Leia.
Got
What? Wait.
Yes, young Luke also.
Young Luke also.
Let's not forget that because we got Owen, Luke, no Baru for some reason. Just like a very far glimpse of
Her.
Baru. I hope we see more of her in future episodes. But yeah, we
Same.
got more of Owen and Luke. Yeah, it seems like this show is going to be centered on Obi-Wan and Leia and trying to get her back to Alderaan, which is a little unfortunate because I was hoping to get more Luke and Owen's, like the whole like Luke Owen Baru stuff, but I feel like got enough of that, I guess. I mean, we got hints of their relationship in A New Hope, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really hoping we get more of that storyline as well, not just the Leia stuff. The Leia stuff is cool, but I also do want to see Luke and Owen and Baru more.
I agree. I mean,
That we've gotten enough.
it definitely was a pleasant surprise when Leia showed up. That's something obviously no one saw coming.
No.
I'm sure if we looked hard enough, it probably would have been like, "Hey, that's weird. Why did they cast a 10-year-old little oh my god, type of moment?" Um, but it was. I agree. I do want to see more of Luke, Baru, and Owen, but
Hopefully toward the end of this series
yeah,
or if they're gonna make a season 2. Nothing's confirmed. We don't know if there's a season 2 coming. We just know that it's 6 episodes as of right now. We'll see.
yep, we'll see. But I mean, so the actress they got for young Leia is perfect in my opinion. Like,
Harry would have loved her
and
performance.
she kind of looks like she could have been a young Carrie Fisher, but also looks kind of a little bit like Natalie Portman. Like they really paid attention to like a lot of little tiny details for her, like the same eye color, almost the same face shape. Like they really casted a good
Similar
good
smile as Leia too.
Yeah, it really is. And she has like the same. I love the dynamic. Vivia Lyra Blair. Thank you for that role, Farm Boy. Always coming in clutch. But it's very. What was I going with? I love seeing the dynamic with her and Bale.
Oh my gosh. I thought you were gonna say Obi-Wan, which I actually do like their interactions too.
Oh, I love that too. We'll get to that.
Me emotional.
Obviously.
Oh yeah, but her and Bale doing like the
pinky swear.
Like the pinky swear thing, that was really cute.
There was a thing
that I wasn't expecting.
there was like a, I don't know who said it on Twitter. You might have retweeted it from something, I'm sure, because like, I'm sure you saw
Probably.
it. But
Probably.
someone was saying that they are almost positive that Leia would have been a daddy's girl, and Luke would have been a mama's boy.
Yep.
And the more you watch this series, especially with baby Leia or young Leia, you're like, yeah, she's. I mean, she has a lot of the Padme's spunk and leadership, but like the search for adventure and running
Sass.
away and doing things.
Sass,
That's
too.
the sass. Oh yes, obviously the sass. But her running away and seeking adventure and trying to figure out what stuff is, that's Anakin.
Yeah.
That's Anakin like in a heartbeat. Which I thought was some really awesome casting and also writing on their part. But yeah, what are some, for episode 1 particularly, what are some standout moments for you, Millie?
Oh gosh, I gotta remember what happened in episode 1. Let's see. I mean, obviously the young Leia reveal was unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
The other secret Jedi on Tatooine.
Oh,
I feel like we didn't bring that up.
I forgot about him. Holy
Like
crap!
like and yeah, like that's really cool. Like it's interesting how there are like other Jedi like hidden on Tatooine. Like the other Jedi trying to get Obi-Wan to help, like him, yes, escape, or I don't know what his motive. I don't remember what his motive was, but I don't know. It was really dark to see him like hang there, like when
Yeah.
the Inquisitors found him, which was like I think which motivated Obi-Wan to save Leia.
And like you were saying, like what
Like
was his mission out there? Like why of all planets Tatooine?
Darth Vader, Anakin hates sand.
But no one knows he's Vader. At least we're assuming he didn't know he was Vader.
Uh, no, there's because in later episodes we like he didn't find out until like the end of episode 1 that Anakin was alive and is Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Also, the Inquisitor, like Grand Inquisitor, getting stabbed. Like, how? What? Like, we see him alive and well, supposedly in Rebels. So, I guess maybe this is going to be like a wild theory. Maybe like I don't know, post credits for the series. Like, we'll see like Inquisitor being fine in a bacta tank.
Probably.
Similar to Cobb Vanth
Probably.
at the very end of the show. I don't know. This is just me like throwing it out there. Yeah, that's episode 1. I can't really think of anything else unless you're remembering something from that episode.
I mean, the Inquisitor being stabbed is definitely a high one, but like definitely a
That was
high
like
one.
unexpected. That was like totally unexpected.
Mm-hmm. And I know, and this is what bothers me. I'm sorry to interrupt, but like what bothers me
It's
about
okay.
the short memory of a lot of Star Wars fans, right? He gets stabbed in the stomach. Oh God, the Inquisitor's dead, right? And I know I've heard it in other podcasts. I know I've heard it in other Twitter feeds, but it's like Anakin survived being burned alive.
Darth Maul survived being cut in half.
Exactly. They survived the worst of any human or any just living being possible. But their pure anger and devotion to the dark side kept them alive. You're telling me that the Grand Inquisitor can't take being stabbed in the stomach by a lightsaber? It's like, come on, guys. Come on. Like, come on, guys. Like, seriously.
Have you not watched Rebels? It's gonna be essential for the upcoming Ahsoka series, so y'all gotta watch Rebels if you want to know what happens.
I saw like one Twitter feed, I think yesterday or today, about, and I didn't look into the thread just because I didn't want to ruin it for myself, but like the writers of the show actually had to spoil Kenobi because of the anger with the Grand Inquisitor.
Really?
They let a tweet. Don't do it, Millie. Don't do it. Don't pull that thread, because they actually released like, okay, this is why we did it, and when he's coming back and blah blah blah, just so he can make
Oh,
more
I
money.
didn't. I won't look into that.
Yeah, don't like. I didn't look at either. I just saw that like someone mentioned it. I'm like, even if it's a joke or a lie, I'm not gonna look it up. Nope, I am not gonna do that to myself.
No, I'd rather be surprised.
Yep.
I want
I
to know how he lives because there's no way.
I ruined the Force Awakens for myself doing that.
Oh no.
Yep.
Wait, which reveal was that? The Kylo was
Um,
Solo's kid?
Han and Chewie coming back, going on the Millennium Falcon, saying, and Han saying, "Chewie, we're home."
Oh, that?
Yeah, not the biggest reveal, but
Oh. I'm glad you weren't spoiled that Kylo Ren is Leia and Han's son.
I
That
had
was
a
spoiled for me.
I had a buddy who had that
After
spoiled for
Force
him.
Awakens. Oh no.
How is it spoiled for you, if you don't mind me asking?
People at school talking about it?
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah. I was in high school when that came out, so I did not see it until birthday.
Oof.
So which was a week later.
Oof.
So
Ouch.
I learned my
Ouch.
lesson. I learned my lesson not to like go on the internet and like try to see movies opening night and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So
My buddy was working at a balloon shop, and they had a Okan. What's going on, buddy? My buddy was working at a balloon shop, and they had a balloon of Kylo Ren floating in the balloon shop. And this guy's girlfriend walks in and says, "Hey, isn't that their son, like Leia and Solo's son?" And my buddy heard that, looked at the balloon, and he just lost his mind. He's like, "Oh God, now it makes sense." He didn't even see the movie, and he's like, "That makes sense. Oh God," and he just flipped out. But yep, so stupid spoilers. But hello, Jim. Just giving you abreast of what's going on right now. So we are broadcasting tonight on, and I may have lost Millie a little bit. We're broadcasting tonight on my Twitch channel because we had technical difficulties over on YouTube for our stuff. So we'll be back on there next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. I see you, Millie.
uh-oh. Is it working?
I hear you.
Okay. I think my Wi-Fi crapped out on me for a sec.
It's all good. We didn't lose. We didn't lose you yet.
Didn't lose me? Okay.
Yeah, I still hear you.
Okay. Is my video okay?
Yep, video's good.
Okay. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. That's what happens. You live stream. Things happen like this.
Uh,
So where were we? Oh yeah. So we're Ben
Kenobi.
Kenobi, David. Ben Kenobi, David. Jesus. All right. So some call out moments, obviously. Grand Inquisitor being stabbed. That was like kind of a surprise no one saw coming.
Yep.
Freaking the 501st clone veteran.
Oh my god. I was like, oh my god, it's him. I was freaking out. I was trying not to freak out because it was like the middle of the night when I saw that, but it was still a surprise.
Yep. Just
Gosh.
and you feel bad, scared, and sad all at the same time because it's like it's
Makes me worry about the well-being of the Bad Batch at this point in the timeline because this is
yeah.
like 10 years later.
It's a lot. It's how the Bad Batch are doing at this point in the storyline. Are they even still alive in this point in the storyline?
That's what worries me,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. It's a clone trooper. Does he recognize Obi-Wan?
501st clone troopers
Exactly.
specifically because of the armor.
So he knows that was his old troop and Anakin's troop that he was leading. So he's like, "Oh, great! Like even more."
I was like literally worried he would like recognize him,
What if?
and that would have, or maybe he knew, but he didn't want to give him away to the nearby stormtroopers. Maybe.
Right. Like, what if he did? He just didn't care.
Maybe he knew not to because he knew what their stormtroopers' intentions were.
I mean,
That could be a possibility.
this could be a stretch, But what if we're uncertain of how many clones got the inhibitor chip taken out, right? The little like amoeba thing in their head. We're uncertain about it. What if he's one of those clones? He's like, you know what? I look rugged anyway. I'll just be spying on this planet, and they'll think I'm just a clone veteran, and I'll just gather info wherever I can.
That is a very big stretch.
I know, it's a stretch. It's a huge stretch.
I don't know how I feel about that. We really don't know much. We don't really know anything about this character other than that he just shows up as a hobo or something.
Yep.
Like I don't think that's the case. I could be wrong though. We could see more clone veterans in future episodes if they want us to tear our hearts apart, but like I doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it.
One of the things, how do you feel about Leia just tearing people apart just with words in this?
I love it. She's so sassy.
Like the way she just like bodies her cousin.
I mean, like she kind of roasts Tarkin in episode 4 when when she gets captured.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's really in character of her.
It totally is.
And the cousin, I forget.
Uh-oh, I think we're losing Millie again.
Uh-oh.
I see you now. Or I hear you now.
I'm still here.
All right, cool.
Technical difficulties. Yeah.
Wow, our maiden voyage is like littered with these. Holy crap.
Hey man, first episode. There's gotta be some problems. Anyway. That's it for episode 1. Do you want to get into episode 2?
So episode 2,
I can't really think of anything.
We actually kind of mixed episode 1 and 2 together, but technically they're both episode 1 and Mike. And
that's true. It did premiere back to back, so I guess we could just dive straight into episode 2.
Because nobody, unless
it's actually titled Part 1 and Part 2 officially, so I guess we could say Part 1, Part 2, and then next week will be Part 3, Part 4. Right. You know. Interesting.
And I don't think... I mean,
it's interesting that they're titled like Part 1, Part 2, etc. Like, because I think originally this show was originally supposed to be a movie.
I heard about that. Yes, I think you're right. Yeah.
So I think it makes sense that each episode would be titled Part 1, Part 2, etc., etc. Because it was originally pitched as a movie, but then I guess at some point down the road they're like, hey, maybe it would be better to make this like a 6-part like mini 6-part film, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
Because each episode is like 40-50 minutes long. And it would be better to develop like Kenobi's character. Like pre A New Hope, I guess. Which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure no one in their right mind, when episode 1 and 2 dropped at the same time, no one in their right mind was like, I'll just watch episode 1 and I'll worry about episode 2 later. I don't think anyone who's like into it as much as we are, even just fans who've gotten into the shows because of The Mandalorian, did that. I think everyone watched it all at once. So it's all just one giant episode for everybody. Just one giant movie premiere for everybody. I got into Star Wars like during the Clone Wars, and then I got into it like during the sequel trilogy hype, like pre-Force Awakens. So I've been a fan for a while. So I'm thankful to watch every episode as it came out. Like, so. So one surprising cameo in this, and you brought it up. I almost forgot to add this to the notes. Flea is the kidnapper.
Flea is the kidnapper. Yeah, Flea, a.k.a. Needles from Back to the Future, because I'm that kind of sci-fi nerd. Because when I see Flea, I think of Needles, because, yeah. Funny enough, Christopher Lloyd is apparently cast in Mandalorian, so Flea and, like, they're getting, like, Back to the Future cast members at this point now, so which is really cool.
I think someone pointed out.
But
Go ahead.
I hope Tom Wilson, aka Biff, like shows up as
Oh.
like a either a bounty hunter or an Imperial. That would be amazing. Just like a bad guy character. I don't care what kind of bad guy character. He's just typecast perfect for a bad guy character role.
he needs to be like another Mandalorian, an older one. And when he sees Din, he's like, "Hello, hello, Din, hello," and knocks on his head. Hello.
That would be funny. Super funny. Or he's like a bully character. Like,
Something, yeah. But I noticed though, like for a lot of, including this, but a lot of like the Star Wars shows, someone pointed out where they're getting alum from different
Game of
shows and
Thrones.
genres. Yeah, Game of Thrones, and now Back to the Future. Like, what's next they're gonna get? You know, like what other sci-fi thing out there they're gonna like, pull people from? Like Lord of the Rings, maybe? I don't
I
know. Like,
mean, Christopher Lloyd did appear in Star Trek first.
that's true. He was a Klingon.
The Klingon, so we're already getting Star Trek people in here,
That's true.
technically.
See, guys, we're all nerds together.
And if you hop like cast member from Rise of Sky, like Dominic Monaghan, who appeared in Rise of Skywalker, was obviously one of the hobbits in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's right. You're right. There it is. Yeah, you're right.
And Elijah Wood, who voiced a character in Resistance, also obviously Frodo. So,
Huh.
in fact,
Oh, gee. All right. Never mind. Then. They are doing it already. Cool.
that's what I can think of. But I bet people in chat will like be like, "Oh, and this character is played by this guy who was in another sci-fi thing," you know, that type of thing.
I mean, we already got Katie Sackhoff from Battlestar Galactica, so I don't know.
True.
I don't know if she was in Battlestar first and then Rebels.
She was in Battlestar first.
Okay, gotcha.
I believe.
So yeah, they already got her. So they already got Starbuck. But anywho, yeah, Flea. Um,
Flea.
so
Getting back to that,
so,
yeah.
so we're watching this with my wife Jen, and Flea Flea comes on the screen, and he's like, you know, that big like cokehead smile of his, and Jen's like, is that Flea? She's like, is that fucking Flea? Like, holy crap! She goes, you know, if anyone's gonna be the type of person who just hangs out the underbelly of the galaxy, it's gonna be Flea. I mean, if anyone out there, and he fits the role so damn well, so damn well.
Yeah.
Like just, but and he wasn't. I'm losing myself, but yeah, he fits the role so damn well, but also he didn't seem like he was out of place at all. Like you forget after a while, oh, it's Flea. You know it's Flea when you first see it, and you've kind of Then it's like he just becomes a character after that, kind of like I was gonna say kind of like Bill Burr, but Bill Burr stayed Bill Burr through most of Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But we got Flea, which is dope. That is a good standout point for me. Also, the I don't know why the fake Jedi was a cool.
Oh, yes.
Johnny.
He's in Eternals, yeah.
That stood out to me a lot because I remember we saw him in the trailers, and I thought, oh, it'd be dope if he's another Jedi.
Actually, he's actually Force sensitive though, because we see him use the Force.
He's using magnets to do that.
Oh, was he using magnets? I forgot about that.
Yep.
Okay. So he wasn't a Jedi, he was just
Nope.
faking it. Okay. Yeah,
exactly.
okay. I remember it now. I've only seen that episode like once, and that was like at the midnight thing. So I don't remember much from that, but
I unfortunately watched it way more than I would like to admit live on the internet. How many times I've watched those 2 episodes.
I'm trying to remember what even happened.
But we had him. Something about him being the fake Jedi stood out. I don't know why. Probably because I thought he was going to be a Jedi originally. And then we find out he's faking it. It's like, oh, he's just ripping people off. Still getting them there safely, but ripping people off. Cool. Awesome. Nice. But, yeah, I'm trying to think other positive standout points. I want to go into the negatives, because I know that's what people are waiting for.
Yeah.
But overall, what do you think of the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan?
I really loved it. I I mean, including episode 3, which we will get into next week because we're saving episode 3 and 4 for next week. So I am really enjoying this show so far, and I'm looking forward to see what happens next.
Same. I love everything about it. I know I had my reservations about some stuff, obviously, because cautiously optimistic.
Yep.
And
Understandable.
yeah, like definitely that, like cautiously optimistic, but it just hits on a lot of levels. Ewan McGregor just plays a amazingly broken human being without saying a word. His mannerisms, how he moves, just his face. He always looks like he's frowning and crying almost.
So, like, one thing I want to point out, I forgot, I just realized. So I was like, I like to watch the credits to see like who gets like who's like credited as who, and like you know who gets a shout out in the credits. And apparently, the 501st Garrison got shouted out in the credits for the like in all 3 episodes so far, which is really
Really?
cool. Yeah.
Jeez.
Like 501st Legion, specifically the Southern California garrisons. So
Huh. That is pretty cool.
it's really cool.
They're probably like, you know what? We don't have to dress like new.
I mean, to be fair, like they got some people from Southern California garrison to do an episode of Mando.
Right.
So
Huh.
it isn't completely a surprise if they got some people to also do TKs in this or stormtroopers in this.
If you're watching this Lucasfilms / Disney and you could hear us, Millie and I do amazing costumes of Star Wars characters. It just takes a phone call for us to be in, I don't know, the Acolyte or something. You know, just a phone call. Like I can do stunts. I mean, not well, but I can do them. So, you know, come on, guys. Like, call us, do it. Come on. I'm right here. Do it. Kill me. Come on. But anyway, back to Obi-Wan. ADHD at its finest. But so yeah, I had my reservations. Now I'm gonna go on the record just to get it out there because I know this is what people want to hear. But I had my reservations about Reva originally watching the first 2 episodes at midnight. Might have been because I was watching at midnight. I was already beat from the stream earlier. Who knows? But I was like, yeah, not like for someone who acted and who went to Yale for acting and who was in a Shakespearean movie. I'm like, that's. I don't know. Like her acting fell flat for me, and then the Inquisitors kind of felt like background characters. However, watching it the next day with fresh eyes and open eyes, I'm like, holy damn, this woman is a gangsta. Like,
I loved her.
Rolls in like a gangsta. Like, what are your thoughts on her?
I do want to bring up the Moses Ingram like whole hate thing on internet because I feel like everyone knows at this point what's going on in the internet verse regarding, unfortunately, Moses Ingram's like whole like racist DMs, like people DMing her racist stuff, and it's completely unacceptable. Like, do that, and I feel so bad that you got those messages, and I'm really glad that Disney, Lucasfilm, Star Wars, like they're actually like openly like posting about that.
Right.
I feel like that's a big leap from what John Boyega and Kelly Marie Tran and other POC cast like Star Wars cast members like went through in the past, like especially Ahmed Best, because he got bullied the most because of his role as Jar Jar in the prequels, and I feel like they're improving a lot, like PR wise, like trying to support their cast members.
It just sucks that they have to have like these PR people in place for these things.
Yeah.
You know, and it's one thing to not like someone's performance. You know, I totally get that. You totally get that. We all totally get that. You know, like,
Just don't be racist about it.
yeah,
Like,
just don't be a jerk.
yeah, don't be a jerk.
Like personally, I wasn't a fan of Jared Leto's performance as the Joker in Suicide Squad. You know, but that's just me. I'm not going to attack Jared
Doing
Leto.
his job.
Yeah, I'm not going to attack him on social media like, man, you suck. No, like, I just didn't like his performance. He's a great actor. But I think she's doing something with this role that no one has done with a Sith Lord live on film or streaming, whatever you want to call it. You could easily see this character portrayed as a dirty cop in like a cop movie or something. You know, someone who's going to do anything they can to get what they want and are not above screwing someone over to get to that end goal. And I like her. I like the character. After watching it a second time around, the Inquisitors were a lot better also. They made more sense to me at the second time around. But with that said, what predictions, if any, do you have for tomorrow night's episode of
Well,
Obi-Wan?
so a little bit about episode 3, just for context. So, y'all know that Darth Vader, like, burned Obi-Wan as revenge. Happened to him in Revenge of the Sith on Mustafar. Because of his injuries, he might have to go in a bacta tank. And as we've all seen from Book of Boba Fett, but when Boba Fett was in the bacta tank, he's gotten, like, flashbacks to the past. Hope you see that type of thing in tomorrow's episode when he's supposedly in a bacta tank getting healed up from, the burn wounds, and maybe he'll get Clone Wars dreams, the Clone Wars in live action while he's in the bacta tank. That is just me getting my hopes up. Hopefully we see Clone Wars, like some type of Clone Wars representation in live action, because we have not gotten that in live action at all, period. Yeah. So maybe a Satine mention or cameo. I don't know. I will be so emotional if that happens. Quinlan Voss.
Quinlan Voss, yes. Go with that. That's yours. That's all yours.
Quinlan Voss, like the mention of, like, the name drop of Quinlan Voss in episode 3. We will talk more about that next week when tomorrow's episode comes out. Yeah, that Quinlan Voss name drop, I was not expecting. And allegedly the Arabesh writing of Caleb Doom, allegedly, it's not 100% confirmed. Someone on Twitter, like, translated that and it said Caleb, aka Kanan Jarrus from Rebels. So I don't know. My brain is all over the place. I guess Quinlan and Clone Wars flashbacks are, like, my main definites for me for tomorrow's episode.
Same. I do hope to see that. I really, really would want to see Clone Wars armor, Obi-Wan, and Anakin on screen.
Yeah, because we technically got live action Clone Wars Obi-Wan and Anakin through, like, the Hot Toys figures, because that's, like, the closest we've ever gotten to that.
It really is.
Like, they already got models for that, like live action models for that. Like, they could easily, like, do that.
They could just give it to us. Come on, like, just give it to us.
Please.
But something you pointed out off channel that I didn't hear of. Will O'Shea Jackson Jr. playing Quinlan Voss.
Yes. Now let me do the Cliff Notes version, may say. So obviously we know who's cast in the show. We don't know who's cast as who is one of the people O'Shea Jackson Jr. Fun fact is apparently Ice Cube's son.
Mm-hmm.
But like going back on that, like we don't know who he's cast as, and a lot of people, including myself, have been theorizing that he may or may not be portraying Quinlan Voss.
I hope he is. That would be so. Because.
And if Quinlan Voss shows up, do you think we might get Men of Ventress because of their relationship?
Oh my god!
Later on. I just realized that Ventress is a thing also.
I didn't even think of that. Oh my god.
I didn't think about that until like now. I was like, whoa,
Oh
wait a
my
minute.
god.
Ooh. I think Ventress and Quinlan are helping the younglings. Ooh.
I
It can't be
mean,
just Quinlan.
yeah.
It can't be just Quinlan.
It's gotta be her also in some way. Oh my god.
No, because
Is she dead somewhere? Do you know? Like,
like okay, so Cal is also friends slash I don't know their relationship with another Night Sister, and we know that Quinlan Voss is in a relationship with Ventress, who was formerly also a Night Sister.
right.
So, Fallen Order, Night Sister.
You think we're gonna see like
my brain.
You think we're gonna see like her and Cal Kestis in the next
Hope
episode
so.
or a couple episodes maybe? I mean,
I hope they at least get mentioned. At least. Like, oh, Cal Kestis actually survived, and he's somewhere also helping out or discovering stuff about the Jedi or something. I don't know. Fallen Order 2, aka Jedi Survivor, like, we don't know when exactly during that year it takes place. It could take place before the events of Kenobi, it could take place after the events of Kenobi. We just don't know. Oh my gosh.
and also
Galaxy Brain is forming right now.
Ventress.
It's crazy.
Just Ventress, a live action Ventress. I mean, so I looked at the IMDb yesterday. I don't know why I did it. Just to see if anything was updated for Will O'Shea Jackson. And nothing was. Nothing was. It still doesn't say who he is. It says the only thing it does say, which might be a spoiler, if you want to hear it or not, it's up to you.
That how many episodes he shows up in?
Correct.
I don't mind.
4, 5, and 6. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It has to be Quinlan. It has to be Quinlan. Or Mace. Younger Mace, maybe? I mean... Nah, they would have to get, like, Samuel Jackson Jr. There's, like, no way.
Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah, Quinlan, 100%.
Yeah.
Last 3 episodes. It makes sense.
I'm really hoping that we do see a bearded Quinlan Voss sporting a lightsaber tomorrow or sometime this week.
Please.
In a couple episodes.
Oh my gosh. I need to remember to, like, mute everything on Discord.
Yep.
Because I am watching that first thing in the morning, and I'd rather not wake up to Discord notifications of spoilers.
It just upsets me they're not doing like a midnight release like they did for the first 2 episodes. Like, just come on.
No.
Just come on.
I know.
I have to wait till
it was just a surprise celebration thing for people there, and then we got the treat like a few hours later. Midnight.
Yep. But anywho, I think unless there's anything else you want to bring up, Millie, I think that is our time for our first episode of Ilum Radio.
Yeah. That was fun.
All right, friends. I think that's time for us. I want to thank you guys again for coming out, hanging out with us tonight, and sitting through our technical difficulties. For anyone watching tonight live or watching this upload to YouTube after the fact, we will be live next week on our YouTube channel, Ilum Radio. If not, for whatever reason, if something, the Matrix has like a weird bubble again, then we'll be back on my Twitch channel. But next week we'll be back on YouTube. Follow us there. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below of the YouTube channel or the YouTube post. or in our Twitter posts, or even like in our Instagram. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know if you guys like us. Let us know if you guys want us to stop, because we won't. We'll do it anyway. And yeah, any closing words, any last things you want to say, Millie?
Nope. I think that's all we pretty much covered.
Cool. All right, friends. It's been fun. We'll see you next week. And as always, be easy, stay frosty, and may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Peace.